Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Penny. I am a master esthetician in Portland, Oregon. Today we're going to do another of my Will I Buy It? There are enough new things on the Sephora skincare section that I wanted to do a little bit of a reality check and see if they are actually worth purchasing. We're going to talk today about some Tatcha. We have some Ilia, we have some Huda Beauty. There's also some Goop and some Supergoop. So I want to get right into it. We're going to start with the Tatcha. They basically came out with a liquid form of their cult classic silk canvas primer. And this one sells for $52 and it is 1 ounce. Let's see what Sephora has to say about it. They say that it's a weightless, oil-free liquid primer that protects your skin from pollutants and from makeup while helping your look go on better and last longer. They say it's basically for all skin types, and they say that it's supposed to help with pores, redness, dullness, and uneven texture. This product actually has an ingredient deck that's relatively impressive to start. The very first ingredient in here is their trademarked ingredient that is a combination of green tea, algae, and of rice. Those are 3 ingredients that I personally like very much, especially the green tea. Green tea is a fantastic antioxidant and it's also anti-inflammatory. So to have it focused at the very, very beginning of the ingredient deck is impressive to me. There's no water before this or anything like that. This also has that algae, which can be hydrating, and then rice can be fortifying to your skin. So right out of the gate, this definitely comes out with good ingredients. When we look down the ingredient deck a little bit farther, there are some other fermented properties, which are also great for your skin. And then we have fragrance and we have isopropyl alcohol. So that's where it goes sideways, and you have to decide if it is worth putting fragrance and alcohol on your skin. The alcohol is likely there to give kind of a nice application. It probably evaporates off quickly. It's likely not going to do a lot of dehydration since it's so far down on the deck and since it's in a primer that's going to go over all of your other skincare. But when you combine isopropyl alcohol and fragrance, there is definitely potential irritation and potential, sensitivity, that kind of stuff. So I'm personally not going to buy this product, although I have to tell you that that first ingredient is so impressive. I wish Tatcha would take the fragrance out, and I wish they would take out that isopropyl alcohol. And then this would be a for sure buy for me, even though at 1 ounce, that's pretty spendy at $52. So unfortunately, this is a not going to buy. I would love to know if you have picked this up, if you have tried it and what you think of it, because I know that there are a lot of people out there that are big time Tatcha fans, and I can see why. It just doesn't make the cut as far as that alcohol and fragrance. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is by Wishful, which is Huda Beauty, and it is their Yo Glow Enzyme Exfoliator. Now this one you get 3.38 ounces for $39, and it comes in a tube. It's a cream product. It's a combination of enzymes, BHAs, AHAs, and also a manual exfoliator. So you're going to get a scrubby with all of these chemicals also doing exfoliation. That is the first strike against it. I don't think that we need to scrub while acids attack and enzymes digest. I think it's too much all at once. But let's see what Sephora has to say about this product. They say that it's a gentle yet powerful exfoliator infused with pineapple and papaya enzymes, BHAs, AHAs, and it's supposed to leave your skin with a soft, healthy glow. It's good for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin. And the skincare concerns that it addresses are pores, dryness, dullness, and uneven texture. So the thing about this product, you guys, is that the 5th ingredient in it is alcohol. So what we have here is a manual exfoliant that has pineapple and papaya enzymes, which I love. And it has AHAs and BHAs, which I also love. But then it also cocktails in alcohol as its 5th ingredient, which means that there's a decent amount of alcohol, which absolutely can be dehydrating to the skin, especially when you're scrubbing it in and you're using all of these chemicals to also exfoliate. I imagine that at first use, you probably get an amazing glow because you decimate the top layer of your skin. But over time, this is one of those products that can definitely cause more harm than good. We don't need to do that harsh of exfoliation all at once. I imagine that there are definitely people out there that would use this and would end up extremely dry and dehydrated. Now, if you have very, very oily skin that is not dehydrated, perhaps you would like this product, but I'm still gonna say that there really is no need to do enzymes, AHAs, BHAs, manual exfoliation, and then throw in alcohol as your 5th ingredient. It's just, no. It's definitely a no in my book. So I know that this one is super hyped. I'm sure that there are some of you out there that are using it and loving it. Let us know that in the comments. That would be great for other people to hear reviews in the comments. But for me as an esthetician, this one is definitely nope. This is a no buy. Okay, the next one we're gonna talk about is from Supergoop, and it's called Glowscreen. It's an SPF 40. It is a chemical sunscreen. So if you are someone who doesn't like chemical sunscreens, this one is already not for you. It's a no buy. For me, I prefer zinc and titanium dioxide now. I really like to get as high a percentage of zinc as I possibly can. You guys know that I love my dermatology. That is definitely my favorite sunscreen right now. I'm always testing new sunscreens. I love sunscreens. I like to layer them. The thing that draws me to this one in particular is the fact that it has a glow in it. Let's see what Sephora says. They say that it is a hydrating makeup gripping primer with SPF 40 and blue light protection. It has a pearlescent finish, and it's supposed to leave your skin luminous and give it an instant glow. It's supposed to help with dullness, dryness, fine lines, and wrinkles. It's in the formula of a lotion. It has hyaluronic acid and vitamin B5, which is panthenol. That is fantastic for moisture and hydration. It has sea lavender, which is a great antioxidant, and it has cocoa peptides, which are supposed to help protect your skin from blue light damage. Now, it is $36 and you get 1.7 ounces. And when we look at the ingredient deck of this one, avobenzone is the #1 ingredient in here, and avobenzone is the chemical sunscreen filter in the United States that blocks UVA rays. So that's the one that we need. 3% is the highest that you can get in the United States. So it comes right out of the gate with the best chemical UVA filter that we can get in the United States as its #1 ingredient. I love that. I think that that is fantastic. So if you are someone who likes or can use chemical sunscreens and you're okay with them, this one starts out with the best chemical sunscreen that we can use. Now this one also uses glycerin, which you guys know, I love glycerin. It's a great skin protectant, helps with, blocking water loss. It's just a good, innocuous ingredient that is a superstar. This one also has niacinamide. Niacinamide is fantastic for your pores, fantastic for your barrier function. It is great for helping block pigment or overproduction of pigment. So those are some really great ingredients towards the top of this deck. And of course, the fact that they are saying it is a makeup gripping primer with an SPF of 40 that also gives a pearlescent illumination to the skin. Sign me up. I will definitely be buying this one and I will report back. I will definitely do some Instagram stories with this product so you guys can see it in action. I'm super excited to try this one out. I always love finding new sunscreens, especially ones that say they have a glow, like a pearlescent glow. I just love that. So this one is a big yes for me. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is by Goop, and this is their 5% glycolic acid. These are overnight peel pads. So you basically swipe on the glycolic acid and then you go to bed and you get an overnight peel and overnight exfoliation. So 5% glycolic acid is relatively gentle. And of course, it kind of depends on everything else in the mix as to how potent that glycolic acid is. But as a rule, 5% isn't super, super strong. So Sephora says that they're a gentle overnight acid peel that delivers an effective yet mild level, 5% of glycolic acid to help improve the look and feel of skin while you sleep. They're supposed to be good for all skin types. They're supposed to help with dullness, uneven texture, fine lines, wrinkles, and pores, and they come in a wipe. They do have cockadoo plum, which is a fantastic source of antioxidants. And then of course they have that 5% glycolic acid. So when we look at the ingredient deck of this incredibly overpriced wipe, we will see that the third ingredient in this deck is actually denatured alcohol. Now you see that a lot in these peel pads, and I know that there's a place for the alcohol and there's a reason for it, but third on the deck is going to guarantee, in my book, that you're gonna get some dry skin for sure. It is going to penetrate that glycolic acid a little bit better, so you're gonna get a pretty good exfoliation, a mild but good exfoliation. But the fact that these little peel pads are 12 for $125 is so beyond ludicrous to me that I hope that none of you will purchase them. That is ridiculously overpriced. I should do the math. I'm gonna do the math because I should have done the math earlier. So each of these peel pads is $10.40. I mean, honestly, that to me is highway robbery. That is so overpriced, it makes me mad. So definitely this is a no buy. I will tell you that the majority of things that come from Goop are so incredibly overpriced that you should always take a deep dive before you ever purchase anything from that brand. It's just crazy overpriced. Okay, moving along. Let's talk about some Ilia. Now this one has gotten so much hype. It is a new foundation from the brand Ilia, and it's basically an SPF serum foundation. Foundation is probably a stretch because it is incredibly sheer. Now let's look at what Sephora says. They say it's a clean tinted mineral SPF 40 serum with light dewy coverage that provides skincare benefits. The coverage is light, the finish is natural, it's a liquid form, and you get, let's see, 1 ounce for $46. I did buy this one. I definitely fell for the hype of this one. I saw so many of my friends doing reviews for this one online that I went ahead and went in and picked it up. And I'm gonna tell you that I really like it a lot. This is definitely not for everyone though. So while I will buy this one because I am normal to dry skin type, I think that if you are anything on the oilier side of normal, if you are a combination, if you are oily for sure, and if you are super oily, I would probably not do this one. The finish is not natural. The finish is dewy. I mean, there's no question the finish is dewy. In fact, the first time that I wore this, I was with my mom, and she actually told me that I looked greasy. That's the word she used. And I remember saying, no, it's my foundation, it's dewy. She's like, okay, well, you look great. So there's that, because your mom doesn't lie to you, you know. But I do think that it's very, very comfortable on the skin. I actually really like the dewy because I'm dry, and it is sheer coverage. So when we look at the ingredient deck, the second ingredient is squalane. That is a stellar ingredient in my book, and it is fantastic for hydrating your tissue, for helping block water loss from your skin, and it's just an all-round great ingredient for people with normal to dry, dehydrated skin. Squalane is excellent. That's number 2 on this ingredient deck. Now, it also has shea butter esters, which are going to help with moisturizing your skin. This one does have 2 ingredients that are questionable as far as irritation is concerned. So, you know, just know that there is a potential. I have had 0 irritation. If anything, this seems incredibly comforting on my skin. I do have to change the way that I do my skincare. I do a lot less skincare, and I know that the brand says that you can just replace your skincare with this. That doesn't work for me. I definitely still have to do my normal skincare, and I just leave off my moisturizer. So I still do my hydrating serums and that kind of stuff. I wouldn't be able to just replace all of my skincare with this. And I also still use a dedicated sunscreen. So I'm not replacing my sunscreen with this. This to me is just another layer of sunscreen. Now this one also has aloe in it, and it has some hyaluronic acid and allantoin. Those are soothing, hydrating ingredients. So overall, to me, this ingredient deck is quite impressive. And if you are someone who likes just a little bit of perfecting, but not real coverage, if you like a glow, if you are someone who maybe wants to get a little bit of color in your skin, but you don't want to self-tan, you could use this in 1 shade darker than what you are, and it's such a wash of color, and it's so dewy that I could definitely see this working for a lot of people with normal to dry skin. If you are anything other than that, if you are oily in any way, I don't think you're gonna like this. But this was one of those purchases that, yes, I did buy it, and I'm happy that I did. It will be something that I will definitely wear in the spring and the summer and enjoy very much. It's quick, it's easy, you apply it with your fingers, and it's just a wonderful extra layer of sun protection. So those are the products that are new in the skincare section at Sephora. Are there any others that you would like me to look over? Happy to do that. Comment down below if you've picked any of these up, if you're thinking about picking any of these up, if you fall into the hype of some of them, and what you think about each of these products yourself. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, and I will talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.